Hello, fellow humans! I'm back with more updates for you. So, the last time I made a whip video, you saw me starting the core of a whip. I finished that one already, and I actually already gave it to my best friend, so I can't show you that one. That was my third whip ever, because I made the 4.5 foot pink and blue one first, then the 3 foot the snake whip, the 3 foot red and black guy here. And then that third one ended up being another 3 foot snake whip, except I had a strand of black in the overlay, so it was red and black stripes. But I can show you kind of what it sort of looked like, because I already made my fourth whip as well, which is this blue and black 3 foot snake whip. So pretty much the red one was this same thing, except instead of blue, it was this red. I gotta say, I really like this blue. I really like the blue with the black. I mean, I like red. Red's more my color. Blue is my owner's color. But it's just really pretty, especially in the light. In person, it's a little bit darker than this, because this light here is pretty bright. But the thing I'm really excited about with this blue snake whip is this is the best heel knot I've ever tied. Like, can we just appreciate the fact that there's really no gaps? It's nice and tight, and I've kind of adopted the method of coiling up and gluing one of the same color paracord kind of as my decorative heel bit. I think down the road what I might end up doing is cutting out a circle of leather instead of the coiled up paracord, and then stamping my personal like little thing onto it, so that's like my signature on my whips, because I already got stuff to make more. I want to do probably another red striped one, so that this one has his brother back. And then, I don't know if I want to do an all blue, because I do really like the blue, but I'm not sure how I really feel about the one color on the whip. It's a little bit bland, but that's also kind of what I like about it. So I don't know. But the next one I think I'm going to start tonight, I'm super excited about. You can probably see him about here in the background. I have this lunchbox. I call him Bee Friend because it's a kid's lunchbox shaped like a bee. And when I went to the store, because I realized that the paracord I got from Paracord Planet online, the BBs don't fit in it. It was just way too hard to put the BBs in, and so I went back and picked up more of this stuff from just like Hobby Lobby. I'm not even sure what brand it is, to be honest. I guess it's like Hobby Lobby brand. But this one takes the BBs really well, so I'm going to use this just for my cores, because I don't really care for this gray color, although I am going to use it for the fall on my themed whip, the one I was preluding to here, because I also got this bright yellow. Check that out. I thought it would be super cute to do this striping, except with neon yellow and black, like a bee, like a wasp even, because it stings like a bee. Come on, it'll be cute. So that's what I'm going to do next, except I think I'll probably do the fall in that gray color I got for the core, just because it's the stinger of the whip, so I want it to not, I don't want to do just black or yellow, it would look terrible. So maybe I'll do the fall in gray to like really make this a cool theme. I think it's going to come out awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I was just so stoked with the way this heel knot came out, because on the red one here, let's put them side by side. When I first turn around my ugly joins there, no one needs to see that. But the problem with this first one I did, the red one, was I noticed that there were all these gaps. And so I did a 3-pass on this one, which you can see there's the 3 instead of just the 2 like this one. Even though it's the base is the same size, but I tried to fill in the gaps by doing that 3rd pass, and it ended up making the top like kind of super crowded. Like I couldn't even like flatten out the lines on the top. Versus on this one, I really took the time after that, well, kind of during and after that second pass, to smooth out and like kind of relocate all my lines. So it ended up being just a much cleaner, flatter heel knot. And you know what the best part was? First try on this whip, and I didn't have to watch the tutorial while I was doing it. I already, on this being my fourth whip, I'm able to do it without assistance. So I'm pretty stoked. But that's also keeping in mind that I made my first whip like probably 2 weeks ago, and I'm already about to start my fifth one. Slightly obsessed. But honestly, as I go, I'm getting a little bit faster, especially at these little guys, and it only takes me maybe 5 hours from start to finish. I think is about how long it took me to do the blue guy. We were having our weekly Sunday date night. We were watching Finding Dory together. And I was like, oh, if we're going to watch a movie, I'm going to start another whip because, you know, why not? I ended up finishing it again all on that same night. We stayed up a little bit late. We stayed up till about 4 a.m. and my bedtime's supposed to be 2. But I haven't been sleeping that great anyway, so that's all right. This whip is so adorable, though. I'm really happy with the quality on this. I kind of want to start naming them, but I don't want to name them and then end up selling them because I'll be sad when they go. But why don't we do like a little, we'll give him a little test. I'll show you how he sounds. Because I think I cracked this one on the last, so we'll give a blue guy here a little test crack. Also, is this dress not the cutest thing ever? Look, they're so happy. The smiling octopus dress. But anyway, it's about 3 feet long, same length as the red one. Pretty close. We'll go this way so maybe you can actually see what I'm doing. Forgive me for my bad strikes. I haven't been practicing too much because I've been so busy making them. But it still has a really nice crack to it when you actually do it correctly. And yeah, definitely really into these little snake whips right now. So I'm thinking for my Bumblebee whip, he's going to be a 3-foot also. And then I also picked up more of that same, killing the camera here, that same neon pink that I used in my first whip, the pink and blue one, which is in the other room. I should have just grabbed it. But I'm going to hack the heel knot off of that pink and blue one, which we'll do a whole thing on that. But I picked up more of that hot pink because I thought doing this, but the blue would be the black, and where the black is would be the hot pink. So a mostly black whip with like a streak of hot pink in it. It's like a kind of sexy girly whip. I've got all sorts of ideas for colorations, and then once I make each of those in the 3-foot, I want to move on and make some more 5-foot whips, snake whips, and actually 5 feet, not my accidental 4.5 foot that I currently have. I want to make some actual 5-footers, and maybe even one day soon do like a 7-8 foot just to have like one. But yeah, that's my little update. I'm planning on starting the core tonight, probably get through the first, maybe the second belly. I don't want to stay up all night again because I keep doing that to myself because I get so excited. And I've already got people asking me to like make them for them, which is funny, but to be honest, I'm the only person I think local to here because I'm fairly well networked with my local BDSM community. And I know people who make floggers, I know people who make paddles, people who have their own wood shops, leather making, all sorts of different things. But there aren't really a lot of whip makers in my area. In fact, I only know of one person who makes them, and he's all the way down in Rhode Island, and he mostly does a lot of other things. Like whips is just one of the many things that he does offer. It's not really like he specializes in them necessarily. Versus I'm planning on I want to have like a whole stock of these because I think it'd be a super fun thing to bring to a play party and have a little vending booth and maybe start actually... I don't necessarily want to make a huge profit on this. If I could just make back my money and just with a little bit of extra to invest in better materials later, maybe even for this channel, like get a better camera, one that will actually focus when I'm in the background and all that jazz, a better light than this tiny thing. But I want to invest it and make better content for you guys. So I'm not really looking to make a bunch of money off these. As long as I make my money back and enough to invest back into it and better myself with it, I'll be perfectly happy. I was telling my coworker about how much I was thinking about charging for the whips and how many hours they were taking me to make, and she was just like, you should be charging a lot more. I was like, I mean, theoretically I should, but it's the same thing with like people selling crocheted blankets. I mean, at the end of the day, you could buy this online for a certain price from somebody else. Like how much I think I should be charging for it versus how much you realistically want to pay, it's just not going to match up. And I would rather sell for a more market-friendly price and actually have people enjoying using them than charging some astronomical amount that I think I deserve for the time I put in. Because frankly, I just have fun making these. I joked, I was like, yeah, well, by the time I finally start making money off of them, I'm going to be bored and not want to do it anymore. It's like people, I have a lot of respect for professional artists because I'm an artist in my spare time. I don't think I would ever want to do it for a living because the idea of this thing that I do for fun now having to do to like live off of, it ruins the fun. It's like people who work in the movie theaters and it totally spoils the magic of going to the movies. I worked overnight at a water park and I gotta say I don't really want to go to a water park ever again because ew, gross. That's a story for another day, but that is my current whip update. I will show you how Mr. Honeybee comes out when he's done, and my hopefully last and final edit on my original whip. I'm still not happy with the heel knot on it, but I don't want to just leave it the way it is because I would just be disappointed every time I looked at it. So my plan is to cut off the whole knot, like bind the whip, pretty much if this were the pink one, I'm going to cut it off, rebind it, and do this knot on that whip, so because it's currently just way too big and it doesn't have enough of a lip on it and I'm just not happy with it. So I'm going to hack it off, start from scratch, make it great, and that way every time I look at that whip I'll be like, that's my first whip and I love it. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you're enjoying this saga with me, this journey into whip making. And again, shout out to Nick's Whip Shop as always. I'll link him in the description because he's the one who inspired me to do all this. And I will update you next time. I hope you have a great night. Bye.